Kaylee McGhee, White, Fox News contributor, joins me now. This is unfortunate. I'm glad that they stood up and they said, had they known that this competitor was in fact born a male, they would not have allowed for him to compete. But that's too late, too little too late. Why are they not checking gender here before going into the strongest woman of the world competition?
Well, that's the problem here, is that there are harms that these female athletes experience that can't just be redressed after the fact. You're right. They have to be prevented from happening entirely up front at the very beginning. And I do think that this situation was handled in the best possible way, and that the organizers said they were not aware of this male's transgender status, and that when they were made aware of that fact, they acted swiftly and decisively. They disqualified him, they revoked his titles, and they reallocated the points and awards that were actually earned by the female athletes. But Julie, you're right. I mean, Andrea Thompson lost her moment on the podium because of this male. Another woman was denied a spot in even competing in the finals at all because this male was competing instead. Again, these harms can't just be redressed after the fact. There needs to be a system in place to prevent this from happening. And quite frankly, all governing sports bodies need to agree to those rules and those regulations immediately.
I think a lot of people are afraid to actually speak up. You know, they're afraid to actually tell the competitors, look, we need to check your gender beforehand. And I believe that it's political pressure that, in fact, prevented them from stopping this in the first place. So when is it going to get to a point where people can look past the fact that it's not about hate, it's about fairness?
Absolutely. And it's about safety. It's about fair competition. And it's about women's privacy rights. And yet these are things that the left is willing to sacrifice on the altar of radical gender ideology. And we all need to be asking ourselves, how far is too far? How far are they willing to go on this? Because they lost an election in part because of this issue, and it has not changed their mind on it at all. Mm-hmm.